Hey, here are 5 stupid things I've noticed since last time. House Republicans Greenlight, Benghazi has risen from the grave. A wise and witty person, possibly Albert Einstein, but probably not, once said that the definition of a Republican congressman was doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. This principle was demonstrated week before last when House Speaker John Boehner announced the formation of a new select committee to investigate the 2012 attacks on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya. Boehner and some of his fellow House Republicans still smell election year scandal with this issue, even though none of the previous congressional investigations into the attacks have found any evidence of any wrongdoing on behalf of the Obama administration. But this is just how these things work. You investigate, you get a result that you don't like, so you repeatedly reinvestigate until you get that result that you were looking for in the first place. It's the scientific method. The Michael Sam kiss freakout. When Michael Sam heard he'd been drafted by the St. Louis Rams and would become the first openly gay player in the NFL, he did what lots of people would have done in that situation, and he kissed his significant other. In Michael's case, his boyfriend, Vito. Cameras were present, as you can see, and that image of their kiss has since made its way around the world, much to the consternation of lots of not especially gay-friendly folks who have been very upset both by the kiss itself and by the amount of attention it has received. Many of them have indignantly asked, "What are we supposed to tell our children?" Personally, I don't give a shit what you tell your children. I don't see how that's anyone's problem other than yours. But I do have a suggestion. How about something like, "I hope you grow up to be less of an angry homophobic prig than your mom or dad." Supreme Court approves legislative prayer. The U.S. Supreme Court recently ruled that prayers said before government meetings, even explicitly sectarian prayers, do not violate the Establishment Clause and are constitutional. Writing for the majority, Justice Kennedy cited tradition and historical precedent as justifications for continuing to allow legislative prayer, essentially saying that the practice dates back to the time of the Founding Fathers, so it must be okay. Did you hear that, child laborers? Back to work! Girl kicked out of prom for causing impure thoughts. Claire, a 17-year-old homeschooled girl from Richmond, Virginia, was asked to leave her prom after several of the adult male chaperones in attendance complained that her dress was too short, her dancing was too provocative, and she was causing the boys at the dance to have impure thoughts. The thing is, Claire's dress easily satisfied the dance's dress code, and according to her, the only dancing she'd had a chance to do was swaying back and forth to the music while talking with her friends. Still, I guess that was just too much for some of the dads on hand, who I'm sure had nothing but the purity of their innocent and vulnerable sons on their minds when they chucked Claire out on her ass. Now, there's a lot more I could say about this, but I'd rather let Claire, who blogged about this experience, speak for herself. Goddamn, I'm not responsible for some perverted 45-year-old dad lusting after me because I have a sparkly dress on and a big ass for a teenager. And if you think I am, then maybe you're a part of the problem. Good for you, Claire. Fuck 'em. Harvard Nixes Black Mass. A satanic ritual that was to be held on campus at Harvard last week was abruptly canceled after protests from several Catholic groups, including the Archdiocese of Boston. Cardinal Sean O'Malley complained that the ritual was offensive to Catholics and non-Catholics alike, and he called it repugnant. Which is fine. And you know what? Harvard deciding that they don't want to have a black mass on campus is fine too. I'm sure that if they ever decided to cancel a Christian church service, they'd have the support of the community just the same. Aren't you? But can we at least all, Catholic and non-Catholic alike, admit something? Can we at least admit that this is pretty fucking stupid too? I mean, look at that guy. The robe, the big hat. outrageous and ridiculous, made all the more so by how serious people who dress in such absurd costumes expect the rest of us to take them. The hardest part is only picking 5. Catch you next time.